What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you guys back on the channel. On today's episode, we'll be looking at the fashion designer's beginner's guide to understanding zippers. Zippers are an important type of closure. Pretty much in any sector of fashion, whether it's ready to wear, haute couture, sportswear, you're going to see zippers. So on today's episode, I'll be giving you guys the complete beginner's guide. Very simple to understand the anatomy, to understand the different materials we use in zippers, to understand actually how a zipper is sewn in, right? You ever thought about it? How is a zipper actually sewn into the garment? And lastly, we'll look at the different materials that are used in zippers and what are the pros and cons of each. So if you're a fashion designer or a business entrepreneur looking to understand more about this important closure, well, watch this video and you're about to find out. What's up, design family, and welcome to Fittdesign TV. So glad to have you here. On this channel, we discuss all things sports fashion, graphic design, manufacturing, and technology. We'll discuss key topics, answer pressing questions, and provide actionable steps on starting your own product line. If you're interested in any of the above topics, stick around. You're in for a good one. Why do you even want to consider a zipper? A zipper is a phenomenal type of closure. It provides complete closure versus something like a snap button or a latch or Velcro. It's the most secure type of closure. It can be used on pockets. It can be used on a center closure. Let's just say you have a jacket. It can be used to pretty much secure any closure that you need to have open and closed. When it comes to the anatomy, a zipper is quite simple. What you notice in the two things that you'll need to understand are the zipper tape, which is that woven piece of fabric. So if you look at a zipper, you see almost like this woven piece of fabric on the sides, and then in the middle, you'll see the teeth. Those are the primary two components that you need to know. We don't have to go too much into detail, but just know that the zipper tape is what attaches the zipper trim to the actual garment. That's what's sewn into the garment, and then the zipper teeth are what interlock together and actually close up. What you can have, depending on the zipper, is a bottom stop, which is that thin piece of metal at the bottom. You can also have a top stop, which is pretty much sort of like a needle that allows you to insert the zippers together in order to get them to align and then to zip them closed. Of course, depending on the type of zipper that you use, you can have more complex or more simplified zippers, but as a anatomical starting point, this is pretty much everything you need to know. Next up, when we talk about zippers, we need to look at their placement. Zippers have a variety of uses in our garments. I've mentioned it can be used to actually close the center of your jacket. It can be used to close a pocket. It can be used for your ankle zipper closure. So the placement of that zipper is extremely important, and this relates specifically towards your pocket zippers. So let's just say you have a zipper that's a pocket that's in the middle of your fabric, right? You can see my jacket right here. I have a slip pocket right here. What is that placement called? Well, that we specifically call an inset placement. There's three key placements that you need to know. We have our inset placement, we have our seam aligned placement, and then we have our inseam placement. Pretty much all of your pockets, and therefore all of your zippers, are going to be named after one of those three key categories. So this, if it had a zipper, would be called an inset zipper pocket. If it was aligned to the seam, so you have your seam like this, and then your zipper closure is cut out right from the side of it, we would call that a seam aligned zipper closure. And then last, if your zipper was cut out completely from the middle of the seam, right? You have your seam coming down the middle, and then you cut half from the right side of your pattern and half from the left side of your pattern, that would be called an inseam zipper pocket. So where do we use each of these three things? Well, an inset zipper pocket is used if you need to have a zipper pretty much in the middle of your fabric, right? You don't have any seam construction, you don't have your side pattern, you don't have anything that you can align the seam to. This is probably the toughest part of the construction because you can't actually cut straight out of the side of the pattern. It's more costly and less time effective versus something like a seam aligned or an inseam zipper. Next up, we have our seam aligned zipper. This one is if you cut it out from the side of the pattern. This one is quite easy to do. You can hide it into the seam, but it's still present. So it's the easiest type of zipper. So if you do want to add a zipper in a cost-effective way to create a pocket, then align it to the side seam. If you need to create something that's very low profile, let's just say you have a beautifully designed jacket and all the seams are creating this construction technique, and you want to have a zipper, but you want to hide it into the seam. Well, here you wouldn't use a seam aligned, and you definitely would not use an inseam zip. you would not use an inset zipper. You'd use an inseam zipper to completely hide that zipper into the seam work and to create a very sort of flush look where the only thing you would see in order to tell you that that's a zipper is pretty much the bar tacks on either side of the zipper, which sort of reinforce the edges, and the zipper puller head, which especially for an inseam zipper is extremely low profile and very tough to spot. The next section that we need to consider are the different zipping mechanisms, and there's 3 that you absolutely need to know when you're starting off. Number 1 is going to be your closed end zipper. So let's just say you had a quarter neck hoodie, right? Or a quarter neck sort of pullover hoodie. You have your collar and your zipper goes all the way down, but not all the way down to your torso. It goes down to, let's just say, your center chest. This would be called a closed end one-way zipper, right? It can only go one way, and at the same time, it's closed at the bottom. You can't actually unzip it and separate it. The second one that you're going to want is an open-end zipper. Let's just say you're wearing a fitted zip-up jacket, right? If it was closed end, you wouldn't be able to completely move the left and the right side away from each other, right? The way that we get into this type of jacket is that we unzip it completely. It's an open-end zipper, and we get in, and then we re-zip. So that is called a one-way open-end zipper. And then the last one is going to be a two-way open-end zipper. This one is pretty much for reversible zips, and we predominantly see this type of zipper on things like backpacks. We definitely see this on a lot of skiing jackets, a lot of outerwear that require to have that sort of two-way feel, specifically for comfort, specifically for practicality, specifically for functionality. So to recap quickly, we looked at our closed-end zipper, we looked at our open-end zipper, and we looked at our two-way zipper, with our two-way zipper being the most functional and the most technical, and our closed-end zipper being what you would use just to kind of have an opening, whether it's an ankle zipper, whether it's a collar zipper, and our one-way open-end zipper being used for the predominant sort of zipper closures we see on jackets. Last but definitely not least is the materials, right? Are all zippers constructed the same? Well, obviously, if you've ever been around the zipper, you'll know that that is not the case. When it comes to the zipper tape, here, predominantly most zipper tapes are going to be either woven polyester or woven nylon. And they're typically going to be either a herringbone weave or a twill weave. So let's get that out of the way. We could pretty much dye those tapes any color. Depending on your garment, you'll want to color match. Let's just say if your minimum order is not as high as you'd want it to be, then you pretty much go for black or a standard color. Let's look at these zipper teeth. This is where the magic happens. This is where you actually get the closure system coming in. There's 3 key types of zipper teeth that we see on the market. The first one are going to be your nylon coil teeth. This is pretty much the mass market zipper that you see on most garments. It's very popular in sportswear, it's durable, it's extremely lightweight, and it's very cost efficient. Next up, we'll have our plastic molded teeth. Here, the plastic teeth are going to be much more chunky. They're gonna have much more presence. You typically tend to see this on outerwear, whether it's skiing jackets or on heavy duty backpacks. And the last category is going to be your metal teeth. Definitely when it comes to sportswear, you're not going to see this. This is going to be a lot more on casual fashion, on accessories, backpacks, leather jackets, just items that have a bit more of a fashion appeal. And yes, metal teeth typically tend to be the most durable, where if a plastic molded teeth or tooth broke, you'd lose access to that entire zipper. So having access to good quality plastic molded teeth is essential. But with metal teeth, you're typically not going to get it to break. It may bend, but you can bend it back in shape. The same is sort of true with nylon teeth, right? You don't have that brittleness that you have with something like plastic molded teeth. So nylon for most garments, especially sportswear. Metal is going to be used for more accessories, leather, high-end luxury goods, right? You can really go, sky's the limit when it comes to this kind of zipper. And then plastic molded, it depends, but pretty much on backpacks, accessories, and a lot of outerwear gear. Well guys, that is it. That is a wrap on this episode. That's been my beginner's definitive guide to understanding zippers. You should honestly be a pro by now. And if you feel like you have a much better understanding, well, smash a massive thumbs up. It really does help us out, and it lets us know that you're enjoying these videos and you want to see others like this. Also, if you want to hop on a one-on-one call with me personally, let's just say you're looking to start your own fashion business and you need my immediate help, well, I can help you with that. I can help you scale, I can help you grow, I can help you organize your collection, pretty much anything you need to make sure that your brand gets off on the right foot, and if you're an existing brand, to resolve any issues you have. We have experience working with brands big and small, so I guarantee a call with me will solve any issue you have. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Fittdesign TV. Until next week's episode,